Welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe and press the notification bell. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting motorcycles to hit the scene in recent years, 2025 Buell Super Cruiser. This isn't just another bike launch. This is a bold statement from a company that's been quietly, and sometimes loudly, reinventing itself. If you thought Buell was done making waves in the motorcycle world, think again. The Super Cruiser is their loud, unapologetic return to a market that's been begging for something fresh, raw, and unmistakably American. So grab your gear, settle in, and let's break down everything you need to know about this rebellious beast of a machine. Let's start with the first thing that hits you, the design. One look at the 2025 Buell Super Cruiser and you know it's not trying to fit into any existing mold. It's got that unmistakable West Coast attitude, thanks in no small part to a collaboration with the legendary designer Roland Sands. You can see his influence all over this thing, from the low-slung stance to the aggressive lines that scream custom but deliver factory-level precision. It's like a cross between a cruiser, a muscle bike, and a stripped-down performance machine. The tank flows beautifully into the seat, the bars have just the right rise, and the whole thing sits like it's ready to lunge forward even when it's standing still. There's no chrome overload, no unnecessary flash, just pure, sculpted aggression in motion. Now under that aggressive skin lies the heart of the beast, Buell's 1190cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine. That's the same engine we've seen in their sport bike lineup, and let's be honest, this motor is no joke. It punches out 175 horsepower and 101 pounds-to-feet of torque. Yes, you heard that right, 175 horses in a cruiser package. That's superbike level power in a chassis designed for the street. This isn't a slow roll, laid-back kind of cruiser. The Super Cruiser is built to rip. Twist the throttle and it responds with ferocity. The torque delivery is immediate, the mid-range is strong, and it just keeps pulling as you climb through the revs. You don't ride this bike, you hang on and hope you're worthy. And the sound? Let's just say the Super Cruiser doesn't whisper. The exhaust note is deep, raw, and mechanical in all the right ways. There's a throaty growl at idle that turns into a scream at high revs, and it's not just noise, it's a soundtrack that fits the bike's character perfectly. It's the kind of sound that gets heads turning, not just because it's loud, but because it sounds like it means business. Performance doesn't stop with the engine. The chassis is a work of art in itself. Buell has always been known for pushing the boundaries when it comes to frame design and engineering. The Super Cruiser features a tubular steel frame that's light, stiff, and perfectly dialed in for high-performance riding. The geometry is sharp enough to handle twisty back roads but still relaxed enough to give you comfort on the open highway. This thing isn't just built to go fast in a straight line, it's built to carve. The suspension setup is equally impressive. Up front, you've got high-spec inverted forks, and in the rear, a performance-tuned monoshock. It soaks up imperfections with ease, but it's stored enough to give you excellent feedback through corners. You can feel every contour of the road, every lean angle, and every bit of traction under you. It's responsive, it's planted, and it feels connected in a way most cruisers don't. Braking is handled by a top-tier Brembo setup, with dual discs up front and a single in the rear. The feel is progressive and confidence-inspiring. No spongy lever feel here, just sharp, consistent stopping power. And with all that power on tap, it's good to know Buell didn't skimp in this department. Whether you're coming in hot or just modulating your speed through traffic, the Super Cruiser gives you full control at your fingertips. Now let's talk about ergonomics, because this is where a lot of cruisers either make or break the ride experience. The Super Cruiser strikes a perfect balance between aggressive and comfortable. The bars are wide with a slight rise, giving you a commanding position without putting strain on your back. The foot pegs are mid-mounted, not full forward controls, so you feel like you're riding with the bike, not just sitting on top of it. The seat is sculpted and firm, providing support for longer rides without feeling too plush or disconnected from the road. It's the kind of bike you can ride for hours without feeling beat up, but still sporty enough to flick around corners when the road calls for it. Another cool touch is how minimal the tech is. Buell isn't trying to digitize your entire ride. You won't find a massive touchscreen dashboard or riding modes named after rain clouds. What you get is a clean, analog-style cluster with just enough digital info to keep you informed but not distracted. It's refreshingly simple and totally in line with the Super Cruiser's no BS attitude. That said, you still get essentials like ABS, traction control, and modern LED lighting all around. It's a smart blend of old school feel with new school safety and reliability. You're not sacrificing modern functionality, you're just not drowning in it. And let's not overlook the customization potential here. This bike was designed with modification in mind. Roland Sands' influence means aftermarket lovers are going to have a field day. The frame, bodywork, bars, and seat layout all lend themselves to personalization. Whether you want to go club style, bobber, or full performance cruiser, the Super Cruiser gives you a solid platform to build on. And the Buell aftermarket scene is definitely heating up again with this bike in the mix. Pricing is another area where things get interesting. The 2025 Buell Super Cruiser isn't cheap, but it's not out of reach either. It slots in somewhere between premium production cruisers and boutique customs, making it a tempting option for riders who want something unique without diving into fully custom territory. You're paying for serious performance, bold styling, and a piece of American motorcycle history reimagined for the modern era. Availability is expected to ramp up in mid to late 2025, and Buell has already seen serious pre-order interest. There's definitely a buzz around this bike, and it's not hard to see why. In a market where too many bikes feel like they're designed by committee, the Super Cruiser feels like it was designed by riders for riders. It's raw, it's visceral, and it's exactly the kind of bike that sticks with you long after the ride is over. So who's this bike really for? Honestly, it's for anyone tired of the same old formula. It's for riders who want power, performance, and street presence in one package. It's for the guy or gal who wants a cruiser but doesn't want to be lumped into the typical cruiser crowd. It's for sport bike riders looking to grow into something more comfortable without giving up speed. It's for old school Buell fans and new school riders alike. At the end of the day, the 2025 Buell Super Cruiser is more than just a motorcycle. It's a statement. A declaration that American performance bikes still have something to say, and Buell is saying it loud and clear. With the Super Cruiser, they've managed to blend heritage with horsepower, attitude with engineering, and style with substance. It's fast, it's mean, and it's not here to play nice. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you ride the Super Cruiser? Does this kind of performance cruiser hybrid speak to you, or are you sticking with the traditional muscle or touring bikes? And if you've already put a deposit down, shout it out, we want to hear from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives into the world's most exciting motorcycles. Until next time, ride safe, ride hard, and keep the rubber side down.